Okay, we're going to talk about the CrossFit Open real quick.
Yeah, it is. Believe it or not, already here. I feel like we recorded this in 2021 already. This is like I think this is the third time we've talked about the CrossFit Open on the podcast. Maybe a second time. I don't remember anymore.
If we were smart, we just like recycle the same podcast.
But it's not as fun.
But it's not as fun. It's new every year. We
change it a little bit. Yeah, we change a little bit.
So, very basics for anybody that does not know what the CrossFit Open is. Very quickly, the CrossFit Open is a 3-week online worldwide competition. CrossFit headquarters will release a workout every Thursday night for 3 weeks in a row, starting February 29th. Leap year. Woohoo!
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's leap year this year. Isn't that crazy?
That's true.
So they will release a workout. I don't know what it is. James, nobody in the world knows what it is except for the person or the people that programmed it. And we won't know what it is until the Thursday night.
Yep.
And then we have the entire weekend to complete the workout, enter our scores online, and then we will be a part of the worldwide leaderboard.
Yep.
So they will come up with the workout. They will post it. We will participate and do the workout on Friday. If for whatever reason you can't make it on Friday, you have until Monday sometime in like the afternoon or evening to submit your score.
Yeah, I want to say it was like 5 or 6 p.m., but they're West Coast time, so it's very weird.
It's always, just make sure, got to be done by Monday, scores submitted, and then in your account online, you can see where you stack up across the world.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty the basics of Open. It's super cool in the grand scheme of things. It's a great opportunity to test your fitness. I always tell people that aren't sure about it, it's one of those things that you're never going to ever do unless you just do it.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't normally do it unless you're in an environment like this.
Yeah.
So it's not something you're going to go out of your way to do. So just do it. So you can think of it as that thing is like doing something that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Competition or competing in some type of grand schemes, because it's what you're doing in a way. It's a competition standard of things, right? You're going to be pushing yourself to a new level. You're going to be getting uncomfortable, whether it's pushing harder than you're normally used to. Maybe you try a new movement, whatever it is. Think of it as that, right? It's going to be a different setting if you've never done it in that kind of thing. But sign up to test yourself.
Yeah, and the cool thing is you can get a little of like the competition experience, but in the comfortableness, if that's a word, of our own gym.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be all of us, that like members here, the people you see every day. So you'll get to like do a pseudo competition, push yourself, try some new things, but still be in the comfort. Like the coaches will be here, your friends that come to the gym will be here, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I really look at the Open like there's two things that are cool about it. Number one is you can see where you stack up against everybody else across the world, and it's just cool. Like, does it really matter? No, but it's cool, and you can see if you do it year after year after year, your progress in your fitness. So the first year you might be 100,000th in the world, then you're like 80,000th in the world, then you're 27,000th in the world, and then you're first in the world. That's the progression of things.
Yeah.
But you'll get to see where you progress, and you can also, I think this is new, or in the last couple of years new, you can make specific categories in your leaderboard. So you should be like teacher in Indiana, and you can compare yourself against all other teachers in Indiana. I can compare myself against all other CrossFit affiliate owners in the world. And you could even make like CrossFit Angola women, or women 35 work at a bank, like whatever. You can create whatever little leaderboard customization you want, and then compare you against everybody in the same, profession, age, region of the world, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a cool thing. You can kind of see your progress over time. And it's fun to push yourself a little bit harder than you normally would. That's one of the fun things about the Open is it's just another workout.
Really
like
is.
It's just another workout. Yeah. But because there's like a score involved, you're going to have a judge there. There's a little more hype around it, the environment. You're going to push yourself a little bit harder. And that's one of the most fun things is like tapping into that extra little, X% to just push a little bit harder and see what you can do.
Yeah.
See what you're capable of.
And I think, like you said, you touched on two really good points. It's a test, and you can also see, where you stand up against other people around the world. I also think the third component of it all is just the community element. I think the reason I enjoy the Open so much, not just because I have that competitive itch and want and desire in my blood, and it's one of my main goals is to compete at the highest level as I can one day. But for me, it's also just the community. I look for the open just because everyone's in here. Even if they're not doing the open, they're here cheering you on lawn chairs. Yeah. People are high-fiving. People are talking to coach, trying to get different strategies.
Excited now.
How can I do this better? How should I approach this? And it's just like, it's just the community environment for me is like one of the top reasons I'll never not do the open.
Yes.
Just because I think last year, actually, I had to leave 1 week for the open because I had a bachelor party that weekend. And I was absolutely bummed because I felt like I was missing out, and I think it was the second workout. I came in, did it real quick, and I was like, I stayed for a little bit, and I was like, but I gotta go. I said, I gotta go, guys. I'm like, I don't want to leave, but I kept prolonging my leaving. I was like, I don't want to leave.
I don't want to leave.
Yeah, and it's just, to me, that's also a huge component. It's just the community fun. It's about pushing yourself. It's testing yourself, but it's also just about coming in and having a fun time.
That's a great point, because it really is. Unless you are unless you're a high level competitor, the open is the first step to get to the next step. Quarterfinals, semifinals, the games. But if you're like, dude, I'm not going to make it to the next step, cool. You can still do it because you get to push yourself and have some fun.
Yeah.
And that leads us into another point is there are 3 different divisions in the CrossFit Open. Mm-hmm. There's the RX'd, there's the scaled, and there is the foundations. So there's no excuse of, well, I can't do 135-pound snatch, or I can't do chest to bar pull-ups or muscle-ups. There's a version for everybody. And each week, dependent upon the workout, you can toggle back and forth between, hey, I'm going to do this one RX. The next week, maybe you have to do scaled. The third week, maybe you have to do the foundations level. It doesn't matter. You can go back and forth and pick and choose. Yeah. And usually, like, the RX is going to be the hardest version, right? People that have been doing CrossFit a couple years can do all the cool things. The scaled one is just going to be a scaled version of that. So maybe you've been doing CrossFit for a year, but you don't have the heavy weights or the high complex movements, whatever. And then they just added the foundations, I think.
Would have been last year.
I think last year was the first year. Maybe this is the third year. I think it's the second year. And this one is like, I'm brand new. I'm a beginner. I don't know what the heck is going on. This is going to be a super approachable version of the workout. Yeah. And you'll still get to be on the leaderboard. You'll still get to see where you stack up against everybody else. So it's like you can pick and choose any of those divisions each week and find the option that is like best available for you.
Yeah, and that's what I like about it too, because between these 3 workouts, they're going to vary in the skill, the demand, whatever they are. What's cool about it is there might be 1 week where you can do the RX workout. That might be the where you're like, yeah, I do it. The next week you might have to go to that scale division. That's totally fine. But what's awesome about those, it still allows you to complete this competition, have fun, and partake in it, no matter who you are.
Yes.
And that, I think, is the biggest point, or the biggest thing to take away from that is a lot of people are like, oh, should I sign up? I'm not really sure. It's like, it doesn't matter whether you've been doing CrossFit for a couple months, 6 years, 10 years, 2 years, 1 year, whatever it is. It's like, if you're wanting to do it, do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's for anybody and everybody.
It can be. I hear more people, like, they're kind of on the fence and then they don't do it and they regret it. Like, oh, man, I wish I would have done it. That looked fun. I should have just done it. Rather than like go through and like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Like, man, if you like are kind of him-hawing, I think I might want to try that. Just do it. Yeah. Just do it. See what happens. See what happens. Yeah. The only reason I would tell someone like, hey, you should not do the open is if we are currently battling an injury. Yes. You still can do the open. Like, we can still help you modify. But when you're doing like a competition, there's that little bug. I'm going to push a little harder than I should. I'm going to try this thing. So if you're battling like a big injury and it's starting to get a little better, then that's the person I'd be like, you may not want to. Right. I mean, I had that 2 years ago. I think it was the only year I did not sign up for the open.
Yes, I do remember that.
Because of my wrist. Yep. And every other year I've done it, but I knew I was like, dude, if I know when like 3, 2, 1, go, I'm going to go for it, and it's just going to make my wrist worse. So I took the year off. Yep. So if you're battling like an injury, don't feel like you have to do this thing. But for anybody else, if you're like, man, I want to do this, I'm nervous, I'm not sure if I can do the workouts, I'm anxious, good. Sign up. Fun. Yeah, good. Sign up. So that's the real brief version of what the open is. If you want to sign up, it is not through us. It's through CrossFit headquarters. So you go online, games.crossfit.com, sign up. Yep. If you've done it before, you'll have a profile, sign in, sign up. If you've never done it before, you'll create a profile, sign up. It's $20. and then you're in.
Yeah, and if you have questions, just always ask a coach. It's fairly simple going, but sometimes I know technology can be weird, hard to navigate. So if you have questions about it, don't be afraid to ask a coach. We can easily help you sign up. But you just go to their website, sign up, and you're good to go, and that puts you then into the Open.
Yep.
And then from there, now as the Open starts to go underway, it doesn't officially begin until February 29th. So February 29th is when we get our first workout that's going to be announced and released. Yeah. As a gym, we will be doing them on Friday as something we know as Friday Night Lights.
Yep.
So we've done this now. I think this will be have we done it for every year for the most part?
Dude, I don't remember. I did it yesterday.
Yeah, that's fair. We've done it for most of the years.
I think we've done, I know we've done the Open every year.
Yeah.
I think we've done
I think there was one year we took it
maybe COVID year.
Maybe. But we usually, so for the Open workout, what we do is we do something as Friday Night Lights. And what this is the opportunity for everyone that signed up for the Open to come in, have a judge, and throw down.
Yeah.
And it's cool because the atmosphere is set up like that competition. You're going to have fellow gym members in the same room doing the same exact workout as you, so you can kind of use them to push yourself. And you're all enduring and battling the same workout.
Yeah.
So
Friday Night Lights is so much fun.
Yes.
It is so much fun. So the logistics of that. The 3 weeks of the Open, that Friday, we will not have a 4:30 class. We will have open gym from 3 o'clock to
5 o'clock.
I already forgot.
No worries.
To 5 o'clock. 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock is open gym if you want to come in, do the workout, do a workout, do whatever. A coach will be here. We can help you, whatever. Open gym. 5 o'clock is when we're going to start Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights is, again, for anybody that is signed up and registered for the Open.
Yep.
So if you are not registered, you're not signed up, that is fine. You can still come. You can watch. You can cheer on. You can work out during Open Gym, but only people that are signed up are going to be allowed to participate in Friday Night Lights just because we're going to have a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody needs a judge. We have to tape off lines and lanes, and depending on what the workout is, like, it's a logistical nightmare.
It is.
So we don't want to have like 70 people and then be here till 1 a.m. working out.
Right.
So only if you're signed up for the Open can you participate in Friday Night Lights, but everybody and anybody should come and watch because it's a good time.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have some shenanigans going on. Bring a lawn chair, bring drinks, whatever. So every Friday at 5 o'clock, we will start the brief of, hey, here's the workout, here's the divisions, here's the standards that they set, here's how you judge one another, here's the score sheets, all of that stuff. And then we will get everybody into a heat because, again, if we have 30 people here, we cannot all work out at the same time. So usually depending on the workout, between 5 and 8 people per heat, and then we'll just run cycles. Heat 1 will do the workout, Heat 2, Heat 3, and we'll run it like that.
Yep. And the heats will be like first come, first serve. So
we'll have a sign up on the whiteboard.
Yeah, they'll be at the gym, so you'll come in, you'll sign up and whatnot, and whatever your heat time is, then you'll conduct yourself. So we'll kind of keep everything on track. Like, hey, Heat 2, you'll be getting ready to go here soon, and start warming up, and a coach will help prep you, get you warming up, get you guys going, and all that stuff. So it's still, think of it as a class workout.
Yeah.
It's just we're gonna have a conglomerate, or we're just gonna have a huge group throwing down.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the best way to think about it, is a lot of us will be in here throwing down, testing that CrossFit Open workout. We'll have judges, lanes, and it'll be set up, and it'll have that competition atmosphere in that sense.
Yeah, and if you can't make it to Friday Night Lights, but you signed up for the Open, you can still do it any other class time on Friday. Or if you need to, get with a coach or a fellow friend at the gym, and you could do it on Saturday, or you could even do it on Sunday. So if it's, Monday. So if it's like, I can't make it to Friday nights, we always have something going, that's fine. You can do it at another time, but Fridays are going to be designated for Friday Night Lights.
Yep. So, So that's kind of a big component there. Then this year we are bringing back or reintroducing the Intramural League. Yeah. And so I'm super pumped about this because Jason and I are kind of leading the front on this, kind of coming up with a cool plan and getting things around. And so this just adds like another little bit of shenanigans to the whole bout of it all.
Oh, yeah.
So what happens is in these 3 weeks of each week, there is going to be opportunities for teams to earn points. And what those teams look like is at the very beginning of the CrossFit Open, before things get started, we are going to be drafting teams. And so we'll have coaches that will draft members, and we'll basically be assembling teams within the gym.
Yep.
And those teams are going to be going head-to-head against each other between those 3 weeks throughout several different scoring components. Some of those scoring components will come down to placement within your divisions and how you perform in the workout, but there's also other areas for points. So, and this is where things can get a little fun. So some of those points do come from doing a daily check-in or a daily workout within the week. So if you attend class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of that week, that is earning points for your team. In order to get those points, you do have to make sure you check into class, okay? Word of mouth will not qualify you. If for some reason you're not going to be at the gym Tuesday and you do a workout and you want that check-in, I will permit it, but I do need proof in the fact that I need a video clip of you performing some type of action. A picture of you doing a peace sign won't qualify, so I need some in-depth evidence there. But if you're in the gym, that's one way you can earn points. And then on top of that, there's other opportunities where teams will have colors, and if you wear your team's color to a specific day, you can earn this open workout. You can earn points that way. And then there's also challenges. So this is where things get a lot of fun on Friday Night Lights as well. There's 3 different challenges that the teams will compete in, and the way the intramural league works is it is only those that are signed up for the open and drafted on the teams. Okay, so week 1 will be a chili cook-off, and so as it sounds, each team will be representing some type of batch of chili. Okay, so their team will be responsible for bringing in a chili batch of their making and however they like, and everyone will go through and vote for that chili, and the winner of the chili gets points. Okay, so that's just one example and a very, very brief explanation of it. Then week 2, there will be a toga Greek-style party to it. There will not be any keg stands, I promise, but what we're looking for that one is there will be some kind of Olympic-based games or mini games that teams will have to complete throughout that Friday Night Lights. That'll then gather points for their teams, and then at the night they'll be crowned a champion who will then earn more points for their ranking within the intramural league. And then the third week is a costume party where your team will come up with a team costume that you have to represent, and the best costume then wins points there that way. So and again, that's just a brief way. We have all this planned out, all this laid out, and we will have videos and explanations as we get closer and closer and closer. But not to sit here and talk and break it down. That's just kind of a general layout. So what it looks like is we'll have teams within the gym that are going to be representing of their CrossFit Open team, and they're going to throw down within the CrossFit Open, but there's also some mini challenges and some extra fun there to kind of boost some community aspects as well as just have a good time. Yeah,
I'm pumped for this. This is going to be a lot of fun. And that's the goal, is just to have fun. There's, like you said, there's ways to earn points outside of performance. And don't worry, the draft is not going to be like live in person, like like 6th grade kickball. Billy gets chose. Yeah. The coaches will do that behind the scenes. Anybody that's signed up, we'll go through draft style and choose one, create our teams, and let you guys know
but we'll reach out
you
to
are on and all that stuff.
So,
but it's gonna be a lot of fun. There's a lot of thought into it, and we will give a lot more information.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just kind of like a little teaser or snippet to kind of expect. If you sign up for the Open, you can have a little extra fun there, and there'll be some shenanigans going down. And I'm just super stoked. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Me too, man. So step 1, if you're like, okay, I want to sign up for the Open, sign up. Games.crossfit.com, sign up. If you are in the camp of like, absolutely not, this is nothing I want anything to do with, don't do it. No hard feelings.
Yeah.
I still, come in, watch. It's a good time. It's a fun community event. And then if you're that person that's like in the middle, like, should I, shouldn't I? I say just go for it because I like new experiences.
Yeah.
But come talk to one of us. We'll kind of figure out, okay, why don't you want to do it? Is it like an injury? Is it just you're a little nervous about it? Like, we can help you through whatever you're thinking and kind of guide you in the right direction. And then we'll go from there.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a fun year. We're excited for it. And again, if you just have questions, just ask.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have a couple weeks here until things are going. So we have until February 29th. So like 3 weeks? About 3 weeks. So, so plenty of time to get signed up, but make sure you do so sooner rather than later. But yeah, so if you got questions, just reach out.
Sweet.
That's
it. CrossFit Open, baby.
Yeah, it's that season. So if you guys got questions, reach out again. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe for more videos to come in the future. And don't forget to leave a like and comment for more.
Peace.